Welcome back. This is Rito here with another Terraria Calamity Weapon Showcase. Today we're going to be looking at the awesome Devil's Sunrise. This is an upgrade to the Arkhalis, and as you can see it adds another effect. And for those following the channel, you've probably noticed that I haven't done many showcase videos recently because I've been focusing on the Yharon the Rogue Let's Play series. But we just finished that, so I figured it would be a good time to do a showcase video. First, let's take a look at the tooltip. Right now it's showing 1,246 melee damage and 1,495 true melee damage. It has 111% critical strike chance, and it's got fast speed and insane knockback. So the Devil's Sunrise is a weapon that you can obtain after defeating Providence. You'll need Bloodstone Cores to craft it, and it is kind of like a yo-yo meets the Arkhalis. So here's the Arkhalis, and a lot of people are familiar with this weapon. It's a vanilla weapon, and you can see it can do really close range damage really quickly. With all of the buffs we've got, we're actually doing 3,000, 4,000 damage. And that's just because we've got all this endgame gear for the melee class equipped currently. But if we use the Devil's Sunrise, you can see it's kind of like having a yo-yo, because it will do an attack where your cursor is landing, and you'll still be able to hit something with the blade in front of you. And you can even line up that spinning attack on top of the blade. And if you notice, it gets slowly more red the longer it goes. And that also increases the damage. So like right now you can see I'm doing 28,000. But if I just started off, you see we're only doing like 13, 12. Let's go ahead and try it with the true melee aspect as well. So you can see we're already up to 100. 140 I saw there. And now there's no blade, we just have a large Arkhalis essentially. And you can see we do a lot of damage, like 150, 160,000. So this is pretty dang powerful for a true melee weapon at this stage of the game. And it's pretty fun to swing your cursor around and see this blade move around the screen. So let's go ahead and compare this to the Lacerator, which is a yo-yo you can craft with Bloodstone Cores. So it's the same tier as the Devil's Sunrise. And this yo-yo does about 11, 12,000 damage. If we had the other yo-yo accessories on and stuff, we could bump that damage up a bit more. But you can see that the Devil's Sunrise does about similar damage there, and once when it ramps up, we can do a lot more. And then if we look at the true melee damage, we've got the Mutilator, which is another Bloodstone Core weapon, and it's doing about 40,000. So for doing true melee, the Devil's Sunrise can do way more than this Mutilator sword. So now let's go ahead and try this out really quickly against Providence and see how it does. Unfortunately, it's pretty hard to do true melee hits on Providence. You got to kind of run right into her. And that's one of the issues with this weapon, is you got to get so close, but it's still quite cool. And with how iconic the Arkhalis is, it's really nice to see an upgrade to it. And you can see once when we do land those hits, we can really crank out some damage. Okay, let's go ahead and finish her off here. We just did like 10-15% damage in a couple seconds. So it's all about kind of dodging and then just rushing in and doing a bunch of damage all at once. And there we go. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the recipe for the Devil's Sunrise. So the Devil's Sunrise is just an upgrade to the Arkhalis, and you just need Demonic Bone Ash, which you can get easily in the Underworld, and then you need Bloodstone Cores. And Bloodstone Cores are the combination of Bloodstone, Blood Orbs, and Phantoplasm. Blood Orbs you can get from the Blood Moon, Phantoplasm you can get from the dungeon post Moonlord. You can get Bloodstone after defeating Providence by fighting the Ravager, Calamitas, or the Brimstone Elemental. You can also find it from some of the enemies in the dungeon. And that's how you craft this amazing weapon. Overall, I think the Devil's Sunrise is quite a fun weapon. It's like having the Arkhalis and a yo-yo mixed together. Using close-range melee weapons like this can be a really tricky way to play Terraria, but I think they did a good job at making it worthwhile by adding so much extra damage when it's charged up to its full effect right here. And that's it for the Devil's Sunrise sword. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. I will also be starting a new Let's Play series on the Mod of Redemption soon, so be sure to keep a lookout for that. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.